Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So a few of you guys have asked me for a rig rundown on the Triton. So today I had nothing to do, so I thought I'd do it. So it's a 2011 MN Triton. So it's a GLX model. So I think it's the one under the GLXR, which is the top model. So you get like a diff lock and all that in that one. This one's not too bad. It's got, I think, 340,000 on it. So it's yeah, it's getting up there in age, but at the end of the day, you don't want a brand new shiny four-wheel drive if you're going to go out and do hard tracks and stuff. So yeah, it's a good car for that kind of stuff. And yeah, if you're beginning out on four-wheel driving, a MN or ML Triton is probably the best. It's a little dirty at the moment. I come back from a trip and I just haven't washed it, and I thought might as well do it with a dirty four-wheel drive instead of a shiny one. So yeah, that makes it look like you don't get it out and yeah, use it. So it's got a couple of marks here and there, but the body's not too bad on it. Needs a good wash and a buff and a polish, but does the job. Still gets me out there and yeah, exploring new places, so can't go wrong with that. So it's just a factory 4D56, the 2.5 litre diesel. It's a little dirty at the moment. I haven't given it a clean for a while, but it doesn't affect it really. So I've got a Ryco pre-diesel filter up the front. So I put that in about 12 months ago after I got some bad fuel, and I do a few river crossings here and there. I thought I'd better chuck it on, and because you never know. I've got a dual battery system, so that's just a super cheap relay and wiring, so it's pretty simple. Got to modify it a bit. I want to put a fuse in it. When I first put it in, they didn't say to put a fuse in it, so I just put it in like that, and yeah, I want to change it up a bit, make it a bit safer. So it's got a flash lube catch can on it, so that came with the vehicle when I got it. It was over where the second battery is, so I had to move it. And yeah, I made my own bracket and everything, as you can see. It wasn't too hard, and between this and a Pro Vent, you're better off going with a flash lube or a Pro Vent catch can. One of the best on the market, so any of those cheap ones off of eBay are just rubbish. Down there, I've done a video on it. It's a 3-inch straight through system by Playtime. So it's got a high flow cat down there, and it's straight through out the back. So it does drain a bit, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's only when you're towing really. So yeah, it's not a bad system. I've had it on for 12 months now and had no issue with it. So I've got a set of air on board breather kit. So I got that off eBay 12 months ago. It wasn't hard to install. There's a few videos online how to do it, and it's pretty simple. The factory diff breather on the back, and all you got to do is take the plug off of that and put the hose in. That's about it. The gearbox and the transfer case, there's already one on it which goes under your gear shift boot. So just take that off and run your new hose into your engine bay, and you're done. So that's about it under the bonnet. Yeah, I've done a bit under here, but the motor's untouched. I haven't tuned it or anything, so yeah, I get enough power at it for what I use with it, so can't complain about that. So wheel and tyre combo. So it's a Maxxis Razor mud terrain in a 265/75/16. So I've had these for about 50,000 now, and yeah, it's honestly the best tyre I've had. I've used it up in Bunyip State Forest a few times, and as you've seen in past videos, it's a bit slippery up there at times. So yeah, it definitely come in handy, and it worked alright. So those tyres are sitting on a 16/8 steel rim with a +20 offset. so it keeps it in the guard, or just anyway, but it keeps it legal. So after these tyres are done, I'll probably go with a 33-inch Maxxis Razor. So I haven't had much issue with them, so yeah, I'll just stick with the brand that I know, and yeah, just see how much I get out of them the next time around. So the suspension I'm running is a Fulcrum suspension strut with a King spring. So I picked that up from a wrecker back in August, just to level the front out a bit. And the factory ones that I had in it when I bought it were a bit sagging, because yeah, the pull bar added a bit of weight, so naturally the front was sagging a bit. So I put them in, and yeah, it leveled it out, and been happy with it so far. Gave me a bit more clearance. Yeah, I'll probably go with the 2-inch in the coming months by Fulcrum. So yeah, I'll just see how that pans out, and there you go with that. So the back's just a factory leaf spring. Don't know what they're rated to or anything, but it's not sagging or anything. So yeah, it's been good so far. The bushes in the shackles are done. You go over a bump, and yeah, it makes a bit of noise, so it's not too hard to fix, but it should do the job till I get a 2-inch suspension under it. Sorry about the mess. It's a bit yeah, a bit messy at the moment, but as I said before, I just come back from a trip, so it's never this messy, but I'll give it a vacuum later. So here's my tyre deflator, as you've probably seen in past videos. So it's a rough country, yeah, just normal tyre deflator. So that's all it is, pretty much. Used it for about 3 years now and haven't had an issue with it. So the next thing I have is a multi-tool. So it's just got your pliers, your knife, screwdriver, just your normal one. You never know when you're going to be out somewhere and you need that. You just cut something up with it. So yeah, I'll carry that around with me. So the next one is the main one I carry. Is a first aid kit. So I got this from Kmart a couple of months ago. I had another one, and I had to use it. So this one replaced it. I won't get it all out, but a couple of bandages and whatnot. And yeah, it'll get you out of trouble if you get into it. A pair of gloves in there. Just the normal stuff you should have when you're going off road. So the next thing I have is just a LED light. If you blow like a turbo hose or something comes off in the engine bay at night time, you got a light. So that's come in handy a few times. So the next one I have is a digital tyre gauge. So this is the first one I got, and yeah, it wasn't very accurate. So I've got another one. It's down here. Grab it out. There's a couple of shoelaces there, I don't know what for. Yeah, I got that one. That's a bit more accurate, that one. So they're both the same brand. Yeah, that's, you just put that on and it's better than this one. So I bought this about 4 years ago, and it was okay at the start, but yeah, it's out by about 6 or 7 psi. Like every time it's different, so I just replaced it. So lastly, this thing. So I got this about 4 years ago, and I had it in the single cab actually. So I had all my stuff in it, and yeah, it's been doing the job. I had another one, but the strap down here broke. So I had that on the passenger seat. As you can see, the fridge is there now, so I couldn't use it anyway. So yeah, you can still get these from Kmart. So I think I picked it up for about 10 bucks. It's not overly expensive, and it does the job. If you've got kids, you can put a like an iPad in there. They're meant to be drink holders, but yeah, I wouldn't really put anything in that. So yeah, it's definitely come in handy, that. So I'll show you behind the seat now. So that's just another sunshade I have. So So I have them on the windows. It helps a little bit. Yeah, the rear windows are tinted anyway, so don't really need them, but I got them for my niece and nephew, so yeah, a little bit more protection. Even when you're out camping, it's coming in handy. So I've got the 2 anchor points. So that one over there I got from a Mitsubishi Magna. Well, they're both from them. And, it didn't come with one, so I needed 2 of them. So I'll put them in, and there's a thread there. So you find a bolt and you put it in and tighten it up, and you got 2 anchor points. So as you can probably see, I've got 2 fire extinguishers. And yeah, and before you say it, I know it's not in a good spot, but yeah, those ones are a bit big to fit under the front seats, so they're just in there for storage pretty much. So yeah, if I need them, I can get to them in a hurry. But yeah, soon I'll be getting the thinner ones, so I'll make up a couple brackets and I'll put them under the front seat, so it's right there when you need it. So you don't have to jump out and move the back of the seat forward. It just takes time doing it that way. So another thing I have back here is the 12-volt socket from my fridge. So I bought that a couple of weeks after I got the fridge. I was originally running it off a 12-volt socket in the center console. That's not advised over a couple of hours, because I actually draw a bit of power, so yeah, it's actually a fire risk. So I went out to Anaconda and I bought that. I think it was on sale for 40 bucks. So you get the whole kit for that. So it runs all the way to the second battery under the bonnet. It's pretty thick wire, so yeah, it's actually made for that job. So that's behind the seats. So I normally have a few things, but yeah, as you know, if you put stuff behind the back seats, it rattles and yeah, it just gets annoying. So yeah, so as you've seen in past videos, that's my 35-litre fridge I have. So I just haven't taken that out yet. It doesn't stay in the car the whole time, because as you can see, the passenger seat's a bit forward from it. So yeah, it comes out every now and then, but if I need a drink or something, I take it with me. So as you've probably seen in all my videos, I've changed the rings on the dash cluster. I've got a boost gauge up there, so not very accurate, but it does the job. So it's got an iDrive there. I put that in a couple of months ago, and yeah, I'm not one of those people that put it in and yeah, I thought it just gave the whole car a lot of power, because it didn't. Doesn't really do much, but mainly got it for towing and yeah, just trying it out pretty much. So I've got a 7-inch Kenwood head unit. So I put that in about 12 months ago. So I put a reverse camera on it. So I just went to Super Cheap and got one of their cheap ones, and it ran all the wires and that through the carpet, and yeah, that goes to the back. So it's pretty basic. So it's got a few different settings or whatnot, but I didn't really want one that had maps and that. I've got the GPS up there anyway, so better turn that off or I'll get in trouble. As you can see, it's got a couple settings. So it's got radio, Bluetooth, your phone. So that's the main reason I got it, was for using the Bluetooth for the phone. Because yeah, I'm always on the phone, so the last thing you want to be doing is using a phone while you're driving. Because yeah, it's not a cheap phone, and it's not advised to do it. So it's got CD and USB as well, so it's not a bad head unit. I've had it for 12 months now, and yeah, I haven't had any issues with it, so I'll keep it for a bit longer. And yeah, so down here I've got a Oricom, I think it's like a 600 something. So it's just your 80 channel your 80 channel UHF. So I've had that in both of my utes for going on 4 years now, so it does the job. up the front I've got a 3.5 foot aerial, so I don't actually know what it is, but it works alright on the highway and out bush, so I haven't really had any issues with it. So yeah, I'll probably just keep this set up and yeah, keep driving down the road with it. Does the job, so why replace it when you don't have to. So on the exterior I've got a cane-toed snorkel, so I put that on myself. I watched the video on YouTube. I serviced my ride, so I did it on the last Triton as well, so the single cab, so it's not a hard job to do, and yeah, you can go through water with it. So that's the snorkel. So I've got a set of eBay special weather shields, so I think the whole set for 4 of them were about 40-50 bucks, so not overly expensive, but yeah, it definitely makes it look better. So up the back, I did this last week, so yeah, just don't look at that bit right there. I was in a rush, so I didn't really prep it too good, but I chucked on a soft cover. So as you've probably noticed, it had a canopy on the back, so that was starting to show its age, and you're lucky I took it off, because the front mounts down here were both pulled out, so it was ready to fall off. So that's sitting at home. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, if I put it back on or leave it like this. Yeah, I reckon it looks better like this. When I took it away the other day, I noticed how good it looked with the swag on the top. So yeah, I'll leave it like this for a bit, and let's see how it goes. So I've got a Heyman Reese tow bar down there, so it's on most dual cabs. It's not a bad brand, it's one of the best out there. So on both of my utes I've been running one of these Heyman Reese recovery point things, so that definitely comes in handy when you're out bush and need to snatch someone out, or yeah, in my case, snatch myself out a few times with another vehicle. So I don't recommend putting it on a tow bar. If you've seen any of Ronnie Dale's videos on doing recoveries with tow bars, it doesn't end well. So whatever you do, don't do it. Just go out to Autobarn or Super Cheap and grab one of them. So that's a Mean Mother 4x4 one. Only cost me 30 bucks from Anaconda. So that was on special. So they're always on special at Autobarn or Super Cheap, so not overly expensive, and might save your life. So I've done a video on this, but it's a 2x3 meter Wanderer awning. So I've had it up a few times now, and yeah, it definitely makes life better with camping. So that's on a Rhino Rack Vortex 2500 roof rack, and as you probably see, they normally sit there, but they're a bit loose at the moment, and I had the swag up there, and I found out that's a bit bloody heavy, so I've got to move that all back a bit and tighten them up again. And yeah, but besides that, they're not a bad roof rack. So yeah, up the front I have a set of LED spotlights, so they're just your normal 9-inch ones from Kings. So I had them on the single cab and they were still working, and so I just put them on this one. So I'll probably go with a another good brand set of spotlights soon. Not really into the whole Kings brand, but they're doing the job at the moment, so I thought I'd just keep them on. So that's just a 20-inch light bar. I set a maxi track bull bar mounts. I don't know if you can see it or not, but behind there is a set of Hella horns. So if anyone owns a MN Triton, you know how rubbish the horn is. So I put them in a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, it makes a difference. So yeah, this is just another thing with Mitsubishi, rubbish paint. So yeah, I'm thinking I might have to get another panel or just paint it. This whole thing's a bit stuffed, so I'll probably just put it into a panel shop sooner or later, and yeah, get everything fixed on it. And, yeah, that's the outside. Yeah, there's a few marks here and there, but that's what is it? Oh, it's 10-year-old 4-wheel drive, so you can't expect it to stay shiny for too long, I guess. So yeah, that's the outside. So a couple mods I want to do sometime this year is a set of rock sliders and a set of new lights. Like I said, the ones up the front are showing their age, but they still work. But yeah, I'll just replace them eventually. Yeah, I want to get a when these go, I want to get a set of 33-inch mud tyres for it. But I'll wait till I get a 2-inch for that, because on a factory lift it's going to scrub a bit, so I'll just wait for that. And yeah, another thing I want to get is I want to swap out the rear end. So I want to put a red diff lock out of an MN Triton, so the GLXR. So I'll probably just take the whole axle out and everything, or the whole housing, and put it under this, and yeah, hardwire it in and see how it goes. So that's going to be about it for today. I think I covered most of it. There's a few things here and there that I've probably missed, but yeah, that's about it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and yeah, if there's anything else you want to know, just ask me and I'll get back to you. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you in the next one.